right, for take 2. So I'm just gonna do a flow. Earlier, I totally recorded one early enough in the morning for this beautiful sunshine to totally be right on my camera. So I already have flown today, or did a yoga flow, but I would like to share a little yoga flow with you all. Just something, listening to my body, what I need, and I'll try to talk through it because it's a little hard to flow and talk and breathe properly. So I might talk through like my first one and then do a couple of what I had just spoken to, and yeah. And I hope you enjoy. I'm going to first roll out on my wheel. I love props. Yoga props are very key. I have a couple blocks as well. If you don't have blocks or a yoga wheel, it's not a big deal. Even though these are pretty awesome. You can always use books or pillows or something, else. I wouldn't say a foam roller to roll out your spine, but like if you can get a wheel or maybe join an Instagram yoga challenge to win a wheel, try to, because they're amazing. So I always like to roll out on my spine a little bit. Gotta watch the hair if you have long hair. And now I'm going to go into child's pose. So child's pose is a really great pose to ground you. If you have cramps, like lower abdominal cramps or even lower back cramps or pain, this pose is really, really great. You can have wider knees or closer in, depending. So you just want to touch your big toes together on the ground and just kind of sink back. And also reach forward. You're trying to lengthen the spine as much as possible. After a couple breaths, just kind of readjust, reevaluate your body, and take any kind of movements that you need. I like to reach to the side just to have a nice side body stretch. After a couple breaths, move to your other side. And go back to just regular child's pose for a couple more breaths. Come to your hands and knees. Make sure that your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are aligned, and your hips and your knees. We're going to do some cat-cows. This is great to warm up the spine. So when you breathe in, you drop your belly. You look up. And then breathe out and pull your spine up like a Halloween cat. Just take a couple of these, warm up your spine. If you need to Go left and right, that feels good as well. Once you're ready, you can push right back into downward facing dog. So with this pose, you want to stretch your upper body and your back of your legs at the same time. It's really weird. It's okay if your feet do not touch. That's not the point. Just make sure you're actively pressing your heels down and you're actively pushing into your hands. You need to pedal your legs out. That's fine. Just be aware of your surroundings. If you bring a leg up and over, I personally don't want to kick down my big cactus. So whatever you do the same thing on the other side. You can follow me or do your own thing. I'm going to roll into a high plank. Move a little more forward, low into low plank, lower into low plank. Upward facing dog. You want to actively push into the top of your feet with your knees up. And roll over into downward facing dog. I'm going to do that a couple more times just to warm up. And then we'll move on to the next few poses. You can always drop your knees in the plank. You can do the same thing. Activate the same muscles. Push in the up dog and downward facing dog. Now we're going to come up, either up to the top of your mat, the middle, or walk back. We're going to just do another forward fold with your feet about shoulder width apart and just kind of letting your upper body spill like a waterfall over your lower body. And just before we really get moving, just kind of waking up our spine in different spots. Warming it up. I'm going to do a halfway lift and come closer to the front of my mat. And then forward fold. Rise all the way up. Standing mountain pose with prayer hands or not. I didn't grab a hair tie again. We're just going to stand here, actively push into your feet, push them into the ground, and hands to the side, raise them up, and then dive into a forward fold. Halfway lift, and you can hop, walk, or jump into high plank. Lower into low plank, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. We're going to raise either our right or left, either one up. Swing it through to warrior one. You want to make sure that your back foot is on a slight angle. And your front foot is pointing forward. It's okay if you're up here. Once you practice more, your body will open up and you're able to go deeper into poses. Just take a deep breath. Stand strong warrior if you want to take a nice lean back. let's go into Chaturanga, which is high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. Let's do the warrior on the other side. Do any of your adjustments. Both sides will be different, always. Take a deep breath in, do a little back bend, and just go into Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Now let's do that 2 more times on your own. I'm going to kind of go through it a little quick. So just move at your own pace. And after 2 of your variations of what we just went through, meet me in down dog. Alright, let's take a deep breath in and hop to the front of our mat, or walk. Halfway lift, forward fold. Let's come on up and work on a one-legged balance. Let's break down tree pose today. So with tree pose, it's really important that you don't put your foot on your knee. You want to either have it on your thigh, on your calf, or down here on the floor. It's okay if your balance is off. The more you practice, the better your balance will get. So let's do tree pose for a couple breaths. Arms here, cactus arms, prayer arms, at your waist, however you want. Make sure you're pushing your foot into your thigh or your calf or your leg, and this leg actively pushing back. Switch sides. It is okay if you're not up here in your thigh. We all have to start somewhere. And wiggles are good. They teach you where to balance. All right. Take a deep breath in. Lower down to forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now we're going to go into Pitchman. Raise whatever leg you want up. Swing it through. Kind of at an angle. You don't want this foot not to be active because you want it to protect your knee. So if you need a block for under your butt, that's fine. Or a pillow. It is okay if this is not for you, because there is a variation. So if this pigeon is not for you, if it is, lower down and relax. If it is not, then you can come on your back, do kind of a figure 4, Lift this leg. If you feel a stretch, you can stop there. If you need more, you can grab this leg and pull in. You don't want to overdo it. Don't hurt yourself. Just go to where it is a comfortable stretch. And then once you're opened up enough here, you can move to napping on your back. And let's switch sides. Same thing, you want to make sure that front foot is active to keep the knee protected. You don't want to mess up your knees. They're pretty vital for walking. And if this is comfortable for you, you can stay here. If you want to lower down to your elbows, that's fine. I like grabbing a block and resting my head on it. Stay here for a couple breaths. And I'll also show you the other variation of pigeon. And you can use the wall if you're next to a wall. It's really handy. I'll show you there. So, just make sure your foot's here and you want this foot active. You can stay here, or you can try to pull this leg in more, as long as it doesn't hurt. It's just a slight pull, like a stretch. You can get the same thing this way as the other variation that I was just in. And once we're ready, just go ahead and just lay on your back for Savasana, because that's why yoga is awesome. You just get to lay down. Lay down comfortable, your legs out if you'd like. On my props. Or if you want to do kind of a butterfly leg, you can. And just taking the small practice that you had. And relax. Just breathe regularly. And listen to my furnace turn on. That you can hear. Once you're ready, just come on and sit up, and there's a small flow. So if anyone is interested in a certain pose or a different flow or something, I mean, meditation, I can play with that as well. That I know a couple ways of meditation. Go ahead and sound off in the comments. Give this video a like if you like it, and hopefully the sun didn't wash me out too bad. I might even be crooked, but hey, this is new. We'll just improve. So yeah, let me know if there's anything you're interested in, and if it's in my capability, I can do a video for you. Have a good one.